Yo, Scyfe here, just like the knife. And do you sometimes do without thinking? Is your mind tunneled so hard that the thought of using a minimap is non-existent and costing you round after round? Well, that's the exact issue these two players had, and surprisingly, both are in gold and silver. If you've been enjoying the guys lately, consider subscribing and hit that bell. It really helps out the channel. The map is Icebox and it's a 3 vs 3 with bomb planted. Yeah, you decide to not use any of your abilities to clear sight, even though you have 2 dogs that can allow your team to gather info from these areas. Let's fast forward this and immediately you can see you've popped your ult but still reluctant to use your ability. And at this point you're wondering, what a noob this Fade is, how is he silver? But you'll be surprised at how common this is, and it's something called tunnel vision. It's when you're fixated on a goal or thought and forget about what's around you. There were multiple instances where you should have thrown an eye or used your prowlers, but don't be disheartened. You can overcome this issue by essentially having a checklist before you retake or hit a site, by looking at your utility and formulating an idea or plan, and in your case you had everything at your side. So your goal should be to clear the common spots with your utility and identifying how the enemies are playing post plant. Here, there are multiple issues with this round. Firstly, a lack of mouse control is apparent, and couple that with your crosshair placement and is a recipe for disaster. Notice how the crosshair is unstable but goes up and down with several moments in what I like to call no man's land. Essentially means your crosshair is in a useless position. Let me try to emulate the same scenario and how you should be traversing the map. I'm showcasing a level of mouse control that is keeping my crosshair at head height regardless of how I'm moving, whether I'm sprinting or shifting. And the way I'm picking these areas is vastly different to how you were. I'm putting in the common spots here and here. Remember, when turning around, make sure to keep that crosshair on an imaginary line. Don't be having your crosshair down here, as you're not only going to be flicking but also bringing that crosshair up. Did you see what the Omen did incorrectly? That's correct. He didn't correctly identify the flaws in his play by being so tunneled in making that specific TP play that he completely forgot the risks involved, which is TPing to this spot without utilizing the duelist to make space or the initiate to identify the common spots. Like I mentioned earlier, make a checklist and identify the play you're looking to make and the risks involved. In your case, the risk greatly outweighed the reward, but this can be easily adjusted by smoking the common spots and using your flash instead of blindly TPing, as the flash guarantees anyone in this whole area and logs is completely blinded. In fact, let's have a world champion in both to showcase what you should be doing as an Omen when pushing down Sea Haven.
Right, Omen, jump spot, and then you instantly smoke, and while you're B-hopping, you go into the next smoke, and then you have 2 flashes. Either this one, but I don't think you should use this one. I think the go-to one, you use that one if there's a breach on your team. Use this one if there's not a breach on your team, okay? I think that's the way you do it. TP, if there's jet smokes, try and TP into them.
I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you like to be featured like this, then join Discord and submit a full-length vote and read the rules. In the meantime, why not check out this video in the top right corner? And as always, until next time.